Welcome to another edition of I Know What to Do. I'm a biologist. Today's show is going to focus on a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is gambling. More specifically, gambling on sports. For today's show, we're going to focus on the NFL. Football, baby. All right, so what I'm going to do for this show is I have picked 3 professional football games. Now, it's important to know that these games have been, quote, handicapped by the casinos, by the sports books. And so as a general rule, you just don't bet them straight up who's going to win or who's going to lose, but rather who's going to win if it's been handicapped by a point spread differential. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one team that's actually a favorite that we have to give a little points for, one team that is a underdog that actually gets an extra point and a half actually to start the game. And then I'm going to pick one game where I'm just going to predict the total amount of points over a certain amount. So I'm going to bet $100 on these 3 games. Now these 3 games all have to win. And if they win, then I will win $600, plus I will get that $100 back for a total of $700. So I will cut back here in a minute, and I will go over my picks with you, kind of briefly explain why I picked them, and then you can follow along if you like with the games that will happen today. Otherwise, tune in tonight, and I will give you the results, and hopefully they're positive results. So, okay, here we are. So I've got my ticket here. Hopefully you can see this through the camera okay. I've got it recreated on my iPad here. So as we look at the games, the first game, as you can see, we have the Bears. So the Bears are the away team. They're traveling to Carolina, and they're playing the Carolina Panthers. Now the Bears have been extremely hot as of recent. They replaced their starting quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, with Nick Foles. Nick Foles has long been a winner wherever he's gone. He, in fact, as a backup, won the Super Bowl for Philadelphia Eagles, was also the MVP of the Super Bowl, and I always felt that the Eagles got rid of the wrong quarterback when they let Nick Foles go. So the Bears, as you can see, are actually a 1.5 point underdog. So the score of this game initially, before it even starts, is the Bears 1.5, and the Carolina Panthers 0. So Bears are the underdog, but I'm picking the Bears. But I've got the advantage of the point spread. Now you move down to the second game, and you're going to see it's the Falcons versus the Vikings. This game is kind of a tough game to actually pick who's going to win, but I do think there's going to be points scored. So I really don't care who wins the game. I just want the total points between those 2 teams to add up to 55 or more. Now, if it totals 54, it's not a losing ticket. It just means that it doesn't count in my bet, and my 3-team parlay suddenly just becomes a 2-team parlay. Now, if they get under 53, well, then it's a loser. So I don't want that. All right, and finally, we look down at the Packer game. Now, the Packers are playing Tampa Bay. Again, the Packers are on the road. Their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, of course, is hotter than heck. He's been playing with a chip on his shoulder all year. Everybody's pretty much written him out, and he's on a roll. We all know that Tampa Bay has the great Tom Brady, but I'm positive that the Packers are going to pull this one off. You can see that we have to actually give a point. So the score before the game even starts is actually Tampa Bay 1 and Green Bay 0. So we will tune back in later tonight. You can see the results of my game. You can see what the wager was. It's $100. If all 3 of these come in, then it's a $600 payday for the biologist here, and then also another $100 back that I get. So hopefully things work out good for us. So stay tuned, and we'll see how the first episode of our show, with debuting under its new title, I Know What to Do, I'm a Biologist, turns out. I know what to do. I'm a biologist. I'm a biologist. I know what to do. Okay, we're back. I'm going to try this. I don't know if you can actually see this ticket very good here on my iPad here as I'm recording that, but I will kind of walk you through this. So you can see on the first game there, we have the Bears. So the Bears are playing, you gotta remember,